It's your Mr. DJ Doc Dice with OHP TV, and I'm here with the one and only Mr. Matthew DIETEL. And this man is so amazing that I felt that it would be my duty to document some things that are going on. So he's agreed to this interview, so I have a few questions for him. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Mr. DIETEL.
How's everybody doing? Just wanted to come on and say hello to everyone. Blessings, praise to the Most High, God our Father, for allowing me to be able to do this with my brother. All glory goes to God. All glory goes to the band upstairs.
Hey Matthew, I understand that you do rap that's inspired by faith-based. It's faith-based rap. What is your position on faith-based rap?
I'd take it a little step further, man. I'd go to call it transformation music.
Okay.
Faith-based rap. There's a lot of people out here that have faith and they make rap music, and it talks about, that their faith and things that they have. But the things that I rap about is the transformation that God has done in my life. The transformation that I've seen God do in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
The transformation that I know that He can do in somebody's life that comes to a point of full surrender.
Yeah.
So I consider it transformation music. It is faith-based, but it's also it's a recovery style type rap music.
Wow. Recovery.
Yes, sir.
You want to elaborate that?
Yeah, man. I was a heavy drug user for 24 plus years. I was an IV. I don't want to make anybody trigger anybody or anything like that, but I was an IV user of drugs that you would use intravenously for over 14 years. Started off with the smaller stuff, the more accepted stuff, the more common used things, and grew to the things that are felonies when you get caught with them.
Understand.
And did that for about 14, 15 years, man. And about 5-6 years ago, made a decision that I was done, and I tried to take my own life, and it was the second time that I had done it. And I woke up in Grady Memorial Hospital.
Wow.
And I said, you know what? At this point in time, I don't understand, God, why you won't let me just end this. Like, I don't understand. And people say that you hear from God, and like, I've never understood like how God speaks to somebody, but like it was like it was my voice.
Yes.
It was my conscience, but Matthew doesn't think like that.
Okay.
And it was him telling me that there's an anointing that I've placed on you.
Wow.
And you haven't fulfilled what I put you here to do yet. That's why I'm not letting you go.
Okay. So it seems to me that you have some type of ministry, and am I correct by saying that's what triggered it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have a hashtag label. You have a brand that I've seen all over North Georgia,
yes,
and it's hashtag God Gang.
All caps, no space. Yes, sir.
All caps, no space.
Yes, sir.
Where does that name come from?
That name comes from the gang life and being involved in the gang affiliations and people that know where a loyalty lies to an identity. A gang is identified as a group of 3 or more people with ill intent.
Okay.
And our ill intent is toward the devil. So we are God Gang.
Wow.
We're a group of goons.
A group of goons.
But see, a goon is a member of a gang involved in the street activities. But we're heaven's goons.
Okay.
We're involved in heaven's street activities. We're trying to get people to heaven.
Yeah.
So we're God Gang.
Okay.
It started in a rehab about 6 years ago. Emmett McClary, Dustin McClary, myself, and Rick Foster are the original founding members.
Nice.
And it's just been a ministry that God has given to me and okayed for me to be able to make it a LLC. I'm a production company. We've got BMI numbers and IPI numbers and LLCs and everything now. Everything's legit and legal. Not trying to do it under the radar and behind the scenes like we used to live life. You know what I mean? So everything's legit, all trademarked, hashtag God Gang's trademarked.
Beautiful.
LLCs and all that good stuff, man. Yeah.
So if someone was to ask you how many comrades you have in your establishment, do you have a number? Do you have a rounded off number? How many comrades you think you have?
Oh man, it's growing daily. The one question people are like, man, how do I join? How do I join? And the question is do you believe? If you believe, we're recruiting you.
Wow.
Because whatever you need, he can do for you.
Amen.
And that's the main thing, man.
Okay.
We're all believers, and we're all open to this guy. There ain't no beat down. Ain't no, you know what I mean? Like this other gang stuff that there is. Like you believe, then you are God gang. But you got a mission when you join this God gang.
Okay.
That mission is what Jesus left us with.
Mm-hmm.
He said, go ye into all the world, teaching and preaching the gospel, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, making disciples of all nations.
Wow.
That's your mission.
Okay.
So if you're going to come into this thing, be ready to come into this thing.
How about that? So I see you have a big social media presence.
Yes, sir.
You're on TikTok?
I have a TikTok that is not ran by me. Personal dealings. I don't like all the different stuff that's on TikTok, so I've kind of pushed it off. So I have another person that's in God Gang that runs the TikTok for us. But we do have a YouTube. We do have the Instagram. We do have the Facebook. I have my personal Facebook. A lot of it goes through everything. We do have a big social media. I've got like 2,000 followers on my page. So about almost close to 2,000 on the God Gang Facebook. About 1,000 on the Instagram, and it's growing, man. It's been something that God was pruning things back out of my life and getting things ready for being able to be the leader that he called me to be.
Understood.
Yes,
While I was doing a lot of research on you, I found that you're doing live performances of your music. You have CDs out, you have performances. I've seen your son beside you in some music videos and some promo videos. Tell me a little bit about your son.
Man, my son, man, the Bible tells us to train him up in the way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it.
Okay.
One of the only reasons that I'm here doing this and have the faith foundation that I have is because my mama trained me up in the way that I should go. I wandered and took my own path, which might happen to several of us. It might happen to my son, but I know that where his roots are, where I'm instilling into him the biblical word that now religion, the Bible, where I'm putting his roots in that word, is going to draw him back to it one day, where he's his own man and he's going to determine his steps, but God's going to determine his path, is what it tells us in Proverbs. So it's training him up, is what it is, man. Yeah. And for a long time, when you come in God Gang and you actually get on a song with us and I see your walk, I don't care what your music sounds like. It's a heart condition. And once I see what the heart condition is and that you can get out here and you can minister on stage and that you can do some stuff, I got the BMI number. We'll copyright it. I'll pay for your studio time. We'll put you on some radio stations and we'll get the music playing and stuff once I see that your heart's right. And we'll give you a God Gang name.
Okay.
They call me Serve. That's all I want.
They call you Serve.
I used to serve dope in the streets, and now all I want to do is serve the King, man.
Wow, man.
And God gave me my son's name. My son's been doing music with me for about 2 years now. He's about to be 8. He's made his first song. About to be 8. He made his first song with me when he was 5. And God gave me his name the other day. And I was sitting here, I was doing some studying at my desk, and he said sevenfold. And I just it's my voice, but I know Matthew don't think like that.
Okay.
I'm like, why did that come to me?
Ooh.
And he said, that's Jackson's God Gang name. Everything's going to come back to you sevenfold through that boy.
Man.
And I said, okay.
Beautiful.
So then I went and told him, I said, son, you know what your God Gang name is? He said, what, Daddy? What? God gave it to you? I said, sevenfold. He said, sevenfold on the track. Jesus coming back.
Okay.
I said, okay.
Already got his introduction.
Already got his intro ready. So yeah, that's my boy, man. I'm just trying to train him up, man. I know that I'm teaching him. I'm trying to teach him the right way, man. I know that I didn't have a father figure, and if you look at statistics and things of the way that these young men that are in prison and the guys that when I was in prison that didn't have father figures there, that were raised by single mothers, that were Section 8 housing, that grew up like me in the hood, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have father figures there. Every one of us. every one of us, that was the common factor.
That's right.
We didn't have a father figure.
That's right.
So I know that I got to do whatever it takes for me to be able to stay in that boy's life and maintain my father figure and teach him the right way for him to be able to grow as a man and know these things and learn these things. And so we have positive affirmations we work on.
That's amazing.
We have things that we do just as father and son, you know what I mean? And part of it is music, man.
Okay. So what role does your wife play in this, Mrs. DIETEL?
Oh, she's the backbone. She's the backbone. These two computers here, they don't get my fingers on them keys a lot.
Okay.
That's her. These papers and these notepads that are in this file case over here, that's where I do my writing.
Yes, sir.
I write the music. God gives me the music. I write it. She's the one. She's done all of my BMIs and my IPIs and my filling out for my LLCs and everything behind the scenes. All of my helping me, get things set up for the shows of getting the merchandise tables set up and all of that stuff and working the merchandise tables while I'm over here, because it's not about the merch to me. Like, I'm glad that you want to wear the brand and that you want to promote it and whatever, but I want to pray with you. I want to know where your heart's at. I want to know what you're struggling with. Because, James 5:16 says, confess your faults one to another. Confess what's going on, basically, is what it's saying. So that you can pray for one another, so that you can be healed. It doesn't say so that you can be forgiven, because that was taken care of over 2,000 years ago on that cross.
Okay.
So what it says is so that you can be healed. So I want to pray with you, and I want to hear what's going on with you so that you can be healed from that.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. She'll operate that table, and she'll let me work in what God ordained me to do. I've got this ordination hanging on the wall where I've been ordained by a minister, but I was God ordained before I was ordained by a minister.
Okay.
And my ordination is to help people, help heal the broken, because I was broken and He helped heal me.
Wow, man.
So that's my mission, man, is to help heal these people, man, because I know what it's like to be broken, and I know that He's the one that has put these pieces back together, man. I would have none of this. I would be a part of none of this if it wasn't for Him.
Understood.
Yeah.
I know you said that this is not about the merch, but I would be irresponsible if I did not get some information on how some of the viewers can reach some of your products and purchase some of your products, and how they can purchase.
Well, you can purchase it on the Facebook. You can also purchase it on... You can purchase it on the Facebook.
Got Cash App?
Yeah, I got Cash App and Venmo. You can just get in touch with me for the merch on it's capital G, spell God out, do space, and then do capital G for gang. God Gang on Facebook. Message me on there, or you can go to @GodGang, all lowercase, to @GodGang37 on Instagram. Either one of those two is where you can get in touch with me, and I'll handle it from there. We'll message back and forth. You can scroll through the screens and see what shirts that I have available, what hats I have available, and whatever merch is available is on there, and you can see it. And we'll message back and forth. I'll get your information, your address from you, and whatever. We'll decide which is better: Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. You want to send a money order? Whatever it is, we'll figure it out. If you really want to help out the cause and stuff, because see, none of this goes into my pocket.
Gotcha.
None of this, all of this money goes to either one, make music, or two, back to the community. Come Christmas time, there was a lady whose husband ran off with the money for the Christmas presents for the kids.
Wow.
And he went and got high and was, relapsed and whatever. And God Gang actually went to Walmart and bought $600 worth of Christmas presents for the kids.
Understood. Okay.
To have Christmas. We the month before, we paid a $900 entry fee for a person to get into a local program up here for detox, and for them to be able to get their drug addiction facility underway, because they were court mandated to a facility and they didn't have any help. So we're all about helping someone and giving them help and being that helping hand that we're supposed to be. None of it goes in my pocket.
Okay.
None of it. So it's all about being what Jesus said to be. It is going and making disciples of nations, loving the widows, the orphans, and being there for those that are in prison.
Sound like a very strong man.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay, with that said, it's a question that's on social media right now that somehow or another it leaked that a scientist has figured that 100 human men could beat up a silverback gorilla without weapons, of course. What is your take on that?
My take on that is that it's very possible.
It's possible.
I believe it's possible. I believe in the right set. Now, I don't think that if you got some of these PlayStation playing, Xbox gamer, guys, that on to a silverback gorilla, and you sent them out one at a time, they would be, oh my God, did you see what just got happened? But I believe if you took 100 Dwayne the Rock Johnsons, John Cena's, and you threw 100 of them on a gorilla at one time, that gorilla ain't got no chance, bro.
No chance at all.
No chance at all. No chance at all. I mean, you get 5 grown, muscled out gorillas for men's on a foot, and then 5 more on another foot, and 5 more on an arm, and 5 more on an arm, and 5 on the head. I mean, that's only 25 of them.
Interesting point.
You know what I mean? That's only 25 of them. Then you got 75 other ones able to just create chaos. On every bone that is, you know what I mean? So I mean, see, I've been to Chain Gang.
Okay.
I've seen some big dudes go at it. You know what I mean? And we can take some blows. You know what I mean? Like, as men, we can take some blows, and we can do some. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever been into, you know what I mean? If you ever been in any type of street life, you know that when you ain't got no weapons, you're gonna be able to take some blows, and you're gonna be able to give some blows. And when it comes down to fight or flight, men have that fight in them. The women, I'm not saying no disrespect, but they have the flight. They're gonna flight and flee the situation.
It's also a survival tactic,
and it's a survival tactic.
Yeah.
But the men are the protectors, and we're gonna protect and we're gonna fight. So,
Matthew DIETEL, y'all. I'm telling you right now. Where can they see you perform at? Any live performances coming up soon?
Man, I'm booked until the middle of July. I got let's see, I got Silver City, Tennessee coming with Project 300 cities in 300 weeks. We're going up there next week from 12 to 6. You can find that on my Facebook. There's an event created. The week after that, May 30th, at Celebrate Recovery, Toccoa, Georgia. The week after that, June 7th, I'm going to be at the Budgetel Hotel in Gainesville, Georgia, doing a homeless outreach, feeding the needy, giving away free clothes, not just for the homeless, but for those in need. But we're feeding the homeless is the main thing. We want to make sure that everybody's got a meal on their stomach. But if you need anything, you need some prayer, you need food or anything, come out. It's called Love God, Love People. That's what we're supposed to do. Then the 14th, I'm actually double booked. We got SD24, is a place called Self-Discovery 24 that has just opened up here in Demorest, Georgia. We already have one in Toccoa, and they're doing so well with helping people with different financial situations and insurances and stuff like that. We've opened up a second branch here, and I'm going to actually do a kickoff at Pitts Park from 10 to 1 on June 7th. The Pitts Park is in Clarksville. And then after that, I'm going to the Remnant Church, which is the location is 3 Mize Road in Toccoa. I'm going there from 12. They kick off at 12 with a community outreach to 6. I'm going to be taking stage at 6 o'clock and just turning up for Jesus out there, man. It's going to be awesome. Those are just the next few things that I got coming. If you tune into the Facebooks and to the Instagram pages, I keep flyers going on and everything going on there. You can stay in touch with what we got going on out there.
All right. Sign out with OHP TV.
Appreciate you.
Sign up. Officially do that. You're signing out with OHP TV.
Signing out with OHP TV. Facebook.
Mm-hmm.